Okay, so today I came outside after we had a really big storm finally to find my archway um, pretty much bent in half and blown away. So now I am going to finally build my cemetery columns like I wanted to do. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get started on that today, and I will be posting the progress and how it goes. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm kind of, we already invested about $100 in supplies. So we'll see how that goes after we start today. Good thing about the project is I have my husband to help me finally with something, so I'm excited to get this done the way that I would hopefully envision the project to end up, which would be nice and legit looking columns. Not nearly as good as some of the columns that people have on, but hopefully it'll be nice enough that I really like it. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and we're trying to do pillars that look sort of like this, and at the moment having major issues with the kind of glue that we're using because I got liquid nails and it had been on with this for must have been like an hour and a half, and then take it off and it completely just popped right off like it was peanut butter, which is what it kind of looks like. So absolutely useless, which is that right here. So we were told to get this instead, construction adhesive. We'll see how that goes. I'm frustrated with it right now because don't have time on a project like this to just sit for an hour for one side of the column to dry. So hopefully it will get working better soon. We'll see. So this is where we're at so far. The flicker light is wired up and working. It's not turned on now, but we ended up having to use hot glue because anything we used was just not sticking. So anyway, this is what I got so far. Gonna finish the rest of it and see if I can get some cracks chipped out of it tonight. Okay, so here's the next stage. I decided instead of trying to chip away at the foam using a knife or a soldering kind of tool, that I was going to just apply the foam expanding spray to the pillar or column and try to get some texture that way, just mainly out of the time it takes to do it and various other reasons. I suppose I kind of wanted to, there was tape on it and stuff like that, and I wanted to really seal it, so I thought this would be best to kind of kill two birds with one stone with sealing it and giving it more of a texture than spending hours picking away at it, because didn't have the right kind of tools to really do that. So this is so far. Let's see after it gets painted. Hopefully this dries. I got a pot on top of it to still keep the glue to dry. Here is finished column 1. So let's see if I can show it. It's got a nice, like, eerie, creepy kind of gothic look to it. Definitely different than the kind of like stone look that a lot of people use. I think this was just easier for me for a first time project, so that's the way that I kind of went with this. see, I got one other pillar to go, and the top part. So I'm gonna do an arch that comes up and over to the other pillars so that you can walk through this piece. So hopefully I'll get the other pillar done today. We'll see. Okay, column 2 is up. The lantern's working and got the wiring done on that. It's not turned on right now. For this one, I got the cemetery sign. Just put on the foam on everything. I used a different brand of foam this time, and I think that it's going to be better for this kind of a project. The drying time is a lot better. I had painted over the other one some of the foam stuff before it was completely dry, because it had spent like 2 hours waiting for drying, and it was still kind of like squishy and runny, so it wasn't until like overnight and it finally started to harden up a bit. This side's kind of plain over here. But anyway, the brand I used was just this one, even though I would probably suggest 2 cans for a pillar because I ran out. So far though, looking pretty good. I'm excited to see how this one's going to turn out because I have some better tools this time. I found that the spray gun here really helps a lot. So definitely get one if you're doing spray paint, because it, you know, big difference. Oh, and first baby pumpkin sprout just came up, so I'm hoping maybe we'll see if I can get pumpkins next year. And here is the final product. Not close to being done yet with the whole haunt. I still got a lot of stuff to put out, but I'm excited so far because first big prop build and it wasn't that bad.